Wow, I am pretty amazed because we just had an election on Tuesday, and the results are truly, truly astonishing. And here is why. Now, I when the Justice Democrats was first formed by Cenk Uygur and Kyle Kalinske, who was founded by, and they sort of got together some of the people who worked on the Bernie Sanders campaign. They all came together to create this group that was essentially going to be, this progressive movement for the left, the real progressive left, to take back, the Democratic Party from the corporatists that have taken it over, the Hillary Clinton wing. The attempt was essentially to take it back, step away from corporate money. The main thing of the Justice Democrats was, no corporate PAC money whatsoever. And the reason for that is, of course, they want to make sure that, the elected officials are not beholden to corporations, but rather the people that elected them, which is, the right thing to do. The people who elect the elected official are the people that should be represented by said, elected official. And that's just not happening right now. We're essentially living in, effectively an oligarchy. I mean, I don't know how else you have, things like universal background check support about over 90%, bump stock ban, massively popular, net neutrality. There's no way that those kinds of things can happen while we have these, supposed democracy that represents the people, which of course it doesn't look like it. Now, the Justice Democrats, when it had first been founded, I was kind of skeptical, but, I didn't really know what was going to happen. I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know what they were going to be able to accomplish. I didn't know what was going to end up happening, but boy, oh boy, obviously we already had the victory of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, which was absolutely huge. It was ginormous. It was a really great win. It was crazy. Here's the thing. You know what just happened? 5 more victories came in. Yes, I repeat, 5 victories. On one day, 5 fucking victories. What's the craziest thing? The Justice Democrats are literally making history. They are literally making history. No joke. So, I am part of the email list for Justice Democrats. I've donated to them before, so I'm going to read you this email that they sent out after the day after. They said, "Last night was huge for Justice Democrats across the country. After Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's victory, a lot of politicos and pundits continued to write our movement off. They said we couldn't win on our Justice Democrats platform outside of New York. That is true. That is something that they said, by the way. That Alexandria's victory was a one-time thing for us. Well, we're excited to announce that last night we won 5 campaigns for Justice Democrats, all outside of New York. It says in a moment we'll go through them all. It says, in Michigan's 13th district, Justice Democrat Rashida Tlaib won her primary election, and she will be the first Muslim woman to serve in Congress in U.S. history. So yes, I never would have thought that the Justice Democrats were literally going to make history. They're literally making history. One of their candidates is going to be the first ever Muslim woman elected for Congress in all of history. Now, she won the primary, but the thing is, she's going to run unopposed in the general. It's a very heavily Democratic district, so the Republicans have no chance. Therefore, they're not going to attempt to do anything, put in a candidate or anything like that. That is really remarkable, man. I mean, I was skeptical. I was saying, are they even going to get one congressional member? You can go back and look at those videos. I even had a talk with, the new progressive voice back then. We talked about it. And, I was like, even if they get one congressional member in, that's huge. Now you're talking about 5 victories on top of, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Insanely good. Now they also go on to say, not too far from there, in Michigan's 2nd District, Justice Democrat Rob Davidson is headed to the general election too, without shying away from his bold progressive policies. It says James Thompson in Kansas's 4th District and Jamie Schoolcraft in Missouri's 7th District both pulled off tremendous victories last night, proving that the Justice Democrats' platform is effective even in the middle of the country. And they also say, and finally, one of our Justice Democrats incumbents, Pramila Jayapal, won in Washington's 7th District. So even prior to this, I mean, they already had congressional members in Congress. They had, I think Ro Khanna was the first to become one. And then second, I think it was Raul Grijalva, I think. And then third came in was Pramila Jayapal. So they already literally had incumbents in Congress, which is crazy. I mean, relatively, the success is through the roof for the Justice Democrats. They've essentially outperformed all possible predictions or expectations. And I never thought that they were literally going to make history, man. That's crazy. I mean, did anyone really think that they were actually going to make history? I did not. But the Justice Democrats, 5 election wins in one day. That is truly remarkable. It is pretty crazy. But, they're going to continue to win, man. I can't wait to see more wins come forward.